And out of all the entry-level smartphones released this final quarter of 2024, the Infinix Hot 50i, it's kind of my favorite among the likes of the Tecno Spark 30C, the Galaxy A06 and the Redmi 14C I reviewed earlier. The Infinix Hot 50i brings with it some improvement from what we got on its predecessor, the Hot 40i. Features such as latest Helio G81 processor, 120Hz refresh rate, the better camera system, and that design is something I really like a lot. The design needs no further introduction as it easily explains itself in comparison to what we got on the previous model. Aside from the fresh ass sticks, it also got a slimmer profile of about 8.2 meters and it's pretty lightweight, so fitting for one-hand usage and not bulky when inside your pocket. All the necessary ports and buttons are present with an additional speaker grill up here. The biometrics works most of the time and unlock accuracy is as accurate as seen. Still on the right side are two flashlights. The main camera system has been scaled down from 50 megapixel to 48 megapixel with an auxiliary lens I wouldn't want to rely on. This may sound like a downgrade, but seriously it isn't at all, as the camera sensor on here is better than what we got on the Hot 40i. In well-lit condition, the primary camera was able to capture good quality images with accurate colors and fine details. Even when zooming in, the images remain clear with visible details. While the resolution may not be very high and colors can sometimes appear a bit faded, the camera's AI capability recognizes the scene and adjusts settings accordingly. For the price, I'll say the picture quality is acceptable. Flipping over to the front side, it's also noticeable that Infinix had done a lot of improvements here as well. You still have the punch hole cutout for the selfie camera, which is cool. The bezels are now slightly slimmer on both sides of the screen, however the screen size remains the same, still an IPS LCD display, still 720 pixel resolution, but this time with a 120Hz refresh rate, which doesn't translate to apps but it adds to overall scrolling and gaming experience, and touch responsiveness is also good. The display did provide clear and colorful visuals, although not as vibrant as an AMOLED panel, but we really can't complain as it is a low budget device and you might want to keep your expectations low for outdoor use, as the display struggles with a peak brightness of 480 nits during daylight hours. In overall, content consumption was really decent, and the magic ring at the top of the panel provides convenient access to music playback, charging reminders, as well as call duration and more. Infinix did improve the volume numbers from 100% to 300% for more immersive audio experience, and this is what it sounds like. I mentioned earlier that this comes with the Helio G81 processor, which is complemented by X-Boost gaming engine, enhancing its casual gaming performance. It smoothly handles everyday tasks such as light gaming, social media browsing, and multitasking without any lags. However, my favorite game was only playable at standard to 30 FPS. Up the graphics settings to high and 60 FPS, the frame rate starts dropping, causing the visual to stutter. Other games I tested include Call of Duty Mobile, FC Mobile, and Asphalt 9, all ran at reasonable graphics settings for the processor. My configuration was 6 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs version, and I'll suggest getting that or the 8 gig 256 gigs variant. However, if you're a casual user spending most of your time on basic functionality of a device and maybe some casual gaming, then the Infinix Hot 50i will fulfill all of your needs. The Hot 50i runs on XOS 14 on top of Android 14. It's user-friendly and customizable with added features such as always on display, which brings a lot of interface to choose from for standby mode, which is one feature you can't really find on other low-budget phones. 3 other cool features that stood out for me are the WhatsApp integration for its phone dialer app, which allows you directly and easily send a WhatsApp message to numbers not stored in your contact list by pressing the number for a few seconds and then select WhatsApp from the pop-up list and send a message. Cool stuff, right? You can now customize the control center colors by picking your favorite color without having to change the entire device themes. Without having to change the themes of getting social media notification via newsletter is one of the interesting features I love about this phone. This way you get to see your social media notifications without interruption while gaming.
That's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down, but they'll need to do that pretty quickly.
The Hot 50i comes with a 5000 mAh battery and supports 18 watts of fast charging. Although charging time feels long, the battery life is very solid and the casual user should expect a full day of use with this phone. I did play games for hours and the battery life held up pretty well, partly thanks to the processor on here, which brings a slight improvement in battery consumption in comparison to the T606 chipset on the previous model. So in conclusion, the Infinix Hot 50i is another solid budget phone from Infinix and will definitely get a shot for the best in its price category, especially because of its latest design, something totally different from rounded cameras and other useful features.